Disclaimer: this product was provided to the author to do a review. All opinions are 100% authors and authors alone. To have your product reviewed, visit bit.ly/reviewmyproduct.
What's going on, guys? Nathaniel from Dragon Blogger here today with a brand new HAVIT mechanical keyboard video. So today what I have is actually a new keyboard from HAVIT, the HV-KB395L. So now this is an RGB low profile mechanical keyboard. It uses blue switches. It has a variety of backlight modes. All of the keys are anti-ghosting, and it actually uses an aluminum alloy housing. Now I actually use HAVIT products. As you can see, I actually have a couple of their products here on my desktop. I have one of their keyboards, which is also a blue switch, RGB programmable with an aluminum alloy housing keyboard, and then I also use one of their programmable DPI mouses. Now I actually absolutely love this keyboard because it's very, very well made. It feels very durable. It also has different lighting patterns. Now it's time to see if the KB395L holds up to what my previous keyboard was, or if it's even better. All right, so now let's go ahead and get it open. Out here on the box it says, enjoy what I have. Well, what if I don't enjoy what you have? What if I don't, then what? HAVIT. Here we go. Okay, pull the whole keyboard out. All right, so right off the bat, it's actually extremely light. Let's see what we have in the bottom here. So it looks like here we have a user's manual, but does anybody actually use those? I don't think so, man. All right, so let's go ahead and pull whatever this is. It looks like you have your micro USB cable right here, detachable because science or something like that. All right, so it's wrapped in this nice plastic. Look at that. If that's not nice, I don't know what is. So one thing that I noticed when it comes to size is that this topmost keyboard here sits a lot higher than the new HAVIT keyboard that I have, but when it comes to width, they actually are just exactly the same. And as you can see here, even at its tallest, it's actually not that much taller than a quarter, so that's a good point of reference. Now when it comes to responsiveness of the keys, I actually really enjoy the newer keyboard more. It kind of reminds me of those membrane style keyboards that Razer has, for example. They just have a very nice soft touch, but also at the same time have a very responsive clicky feel. And if it makes any sense to you, the topmost keyboard here just feels like it's a little bit more forced and rough. It just kind of feels a little bit tougher. Now the cable that is provided with the keyboard is very simplistic. It's just a very basic cable. It's not braided. The one standout thing about it is the connectors are gold plated, so that's pretty cool. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I hate when a cable does not fit nice and snugly into its port, so let's go ahead and see if this fits nice. I would say that looks pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and plug it in and see if it has any type of startup animation. Okay, so no startup lighting effect. It actually just turns to the same exact lighting effect that I'm actually having going on the old keyboard. Okay, so one thing that I did notice right off of the bat is actually the older keyboard, as you can see, is actually a lot more brighter, and the animation for this kind of scrolling color pattern is actually a lot smoother on the older keyboard. Now this may just be due to the fact that the keyboard on bottom is a lot smaller, so the processor in it that controls the lighting is probably smaller than the processor, less powerful than the processor that is in the bigger keyboard. But now we're going to go ahead and go over some of the different lighting options that you have in the bottom. So as you saw when you started it up, this is actually the default animation. Now what's really cool about this animation is you can actually change the direction. On the older keyboard you could just go left or right. On this one you can actually change it up and down. Very simple to do. You just hold the function button, you click left if you want it to start going left, and you'll see the color pattern will start to go left instead. Right to go back the default way, up to go up, and then obviously down to go down. F6, the default. F7, I actually like this one because it's reactive to your touch. So you type and you see it spreads across the keyboard. It is a very, very smooth animation. It's actually a lot smoother than that same animation on the older keyboard. And you can actually change the color. So you can have it to one solid color. For example, now it is only red when I type. Now it's only green, and so forth. So now for F8, it actually has this really cool animation where it just kind of scrolls along all the keys individually. And you can actually change that between 1 or 2 speeds. And you'll see that it just scrolls the keyboard. Now what it'll do is actually going to go back. Once it gets to the bottom, it's going to start with the new color, and it's just going to go through all of its RGB colors. Now that's one of the ones that I really like. F9, as you see here, different colors just kind of trickle all over the keyboard. And this is actually kind of one of the more beautiful ones. It kind of, for some reason, reminds me of like Christmas or something like that. All the different kind of, you know, little twinkling, whatever, yeah, lights. Now on F9, there's actually a couple of different modes where you can select it. Click F9 again. Now every time you type, it'll be a different color, but it's only reactive to when you hit a key. Then you can switch off between solid colors. Now this one's really good if you're going to be working in maybe like a fairly lit environment, because without it, you're not going to be able to actually see what keys. But you know, if you're good at typing, that's not even a problem anyways. Now F10, as you see here, it just slowly fades in and out throughout the color spectrum. And you're able to program it to strobe in and out on only one color, and then throughout the rest of the color spectrum. Now F11 actually cycles through the color spectrum too, but it never fades completely out to darkness. It just slowly changes the colors of the keys. Now F12, you'll see here that you actually, whenever you click function plus F12, what you're able to do is you're able to select any one through F1 through F5, and these are going to be user presets. So let's go ahead and say we select F1. You'll see now that here up in the top, the cap locks, the num lock, and the scroll lock, they're all completely blinking. That means you're able to program each key individually to whatever you want it to be. And now say once you have it set to the color you want, you'll hold the function button down again, click F12, it'll stop, and now you'll see that whenever you go through your user presets, if I go back to F1, you'll see it'll just go right back to the color that you had before. And of course there is a brightness functionality key. You just hold the function, and then up here at the top next to the backspace key, you click minus. You can hold it down. You'll see that it'll decrease the brightness, or you can hold plus and it'll increase the brightness. And that's the same through all of the presets. Now, one of the things that I actually really like about the keyboard is that the keys stretch from one end of the keyboard all the way to the other. And what I mean is that the keyboard doesn't have a lot of unnecessary room on it, which just takes up a lot of space on your desktop. Now you can see near the arrow keys that there actually is a new branding figure on it. It looks like maybe like some claws or a scrape or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it is a bit different than the actual eagle that is near the arrow keys on the older keyboard. Now, when it comes to thickness, you can see that the new one actually is a lot thinner than the older top one. But now, of course, it is a gaming mechanical keyboard, so let's go ahead and hook it up and see how it performs. All right, so you can see here that I actually have 10fastfingers.com. It's a typing test. It just sees how many words you can type per minute. So let's go ahead and see how many words I can type per minute on this keyboard. All right, so this is a keyboard that does take a little bit to get used to. I am having a lot of trouble Okay, so that was actually really bad. As you can see here that I actually only typed 55 words per minute. I actually usually average around 75 words per minute. I'm still in the top 20%, but that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it one more try and see if I can do any better. All right, so that time I actually did worse. Okay, so there definitely is a little bit of a learning curve for me, at least on this keyboard. Like I said, it's more compact, so I don't have all of the room that I used to. But the thing that I actually like about this keyboard is that I don't have all of the room that I actually used to. All that unnecessary room just kind of took up a lot of space on my desk, and it looked a little bit corny and bulky. So this keyboard I actually really enjoy. All right, guys, so this has been Nathaniel Wilson with the HAVIT KB395L gaming mechanical keyboard. I absolutely love this keyboard. It's definitely going to be my day-to-day keyboard from here forth. If you like this keyboard and you would like to purchase for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description below for you to go ahead and check that out. For now, I'm Nathaniel from Dragon Blogger. Peace out, guys.
Disclaimer, this product was provided to the author to do a review. All opinions are 100% authors and authors alone. For more information, visit bit.ly/dbdisclose. To have your product or brand showcased on Dragon Blogger, visit bit.ly/reviewmyproduct. Thank you for watching.
Thought you were gone already.